Morning guys, hope you're doing well. We had a very much a risk on pump the last few days, well weeks, and it's been non-stop, and what we've been saying is that it's probably very much sentimental and obviously fundamentals because of what you can see in front of you. The fact that the strait is going to open up, that's going to be great for any supply shocks, but at the other end of the spectrum is that sentimental. The crowd are very short, and they have been selling, and they've been short in the highs, and if they do that, we're going to continue to go up to squeeze them. So just a little bit of macro fundamentals. So that's on one side of the spectrum. The other side is the sentimental aspect, and the crowd are short and they added, and we can see that on the spreadsheet. So there's 6.7 bears versus the one bull. So they're increasing. We can see that in the last 24 hours they've actually added, and so if they keep adding, that's going to bring that number further away from like the neutral level, which is 0. And if we go further away from 0, it's going to be more bullish for risk appetite, and then because they're adding to their bearish bias. Okay, and now what I was saying in Discord is that last year we were quite happily sitting around -10. And we went up to -15, so there were 15 bears versus the one bull. So we got a little bit more room left in that respect. We can go up to double digits and continue. It all depends if the crowd hold and they add, right? If they do that, we're going to continue to go up higher. Now, in terms of the robot, my rank change EA isn't ready for release at the moment. What it does, it simply looks at score differences and it takes snapshots over the last 15 minutes. Now, because we've had this ludicrous pump on risk appetite, it's sending risk assets higher and safe havens lower. So there has to be either a fundamental component to this EA, or we're going to have to mean revert or something like that. So I'm going to really have to investigate why it was so poor performing, and then I'm going to just do that today and tomorrow, and then it might be ready for not this weekend but next weekend. But I just want to see some solid results. We had such a poor hit rate. We've had a 1R, so you'd think at least we'd break even, but after like the 15 trades that opened, 2 of them were successful. So there's something definitely wrong in this ADX trader. This is the rank change EA. So I'm going to be working on that. So just a little bit of information there, and I'm going to probably have like a mean revert toggle and then see if that improves. That should improve. I mean, we can't have a hit rate of 2 successful trades out of 15 at a 1R. That's just bonkers. That's like that's a crazy result. Crazy bad. So in terms of geopolitics, we've got the strait that's opening. We've also got local elections in the UK, so we should be seeing the pound bounce around quite a bit, potentially fall. It will depend on the outcome of the local elections. It's not the general election though, because that defines the new leadership. The local elections is like it sets the precedence. It's like the precursor for the general election, and it gives us the sentiment of the UK. And I think what happened is that we form the right-wing party. They're probably going to be they're going to dominate the polls, and it will send quite a lot of messages to the Prime Minister, and we may see like a resignation potentially. So we got a little bit of downside risk around the pound, but however we can see we're very much risk on. So you probably wouldn't want to be trading pound USD but perhaps pound Aussie, because Aussie is riskier than the pound, so we should see that fall. We can potentially see that fall because that'll be a risk on play where we're selling pound but we're buying Aussie due to the risk on that we can see. So let's show you the indices, and then we can wrap up the video. Just try and make it a short video today, and bring this Discord across, and let's have a look at gold. So there's the setup. We really pumped, like $150 pump, 4550 to 4700. So on that one, sentimental shift. and looks like they're going to short again. So be careful if you're looking to sell, because the crowd are going to be doing the same. US 500. See, I think what's probably going to happen is, though, even though we're having less bears, they're getting squished. I think that more bears are going to arrive, and then we're going to get the buy. That's what I think is going to happen. So while, you know, we're having like a little exodus of bears, I reckon that the more bears are going to wake up. When it comes to New York, they'll look at the chart and go, I'll sell that. We must be nearing the high now. We're probably at a top, and they may be proved correct temporarily, but then it's going to pump again, right? And actually, I looked at this and I went, oh wow, because it's a bit of bonkers. US 30, and I was just saying this is a strange place for them to sell. I'm not really sure why. The only reason for them to sell at that point was a news event, and that's probably what it was. So they shorted at that point. It wasn't a technical play, because you can see it's quite strong. Alright, so them selling it was due to news, I think. And likewise, they're probably going to short. They've gone long, well, less short, then they're going to add short. So this is them exiting ever so slightly through losses. Because you think about it, where did they started selling here? 4,800. So yes, that's 1,500 points. Not many accounts can withstand that. And this could have been a horrible trap as well. So that's that. And lastly, DAX. And I'll wrap up the video. And this is what we want to see. We want to see a nice move, a nice strong crossover. Not this kind of stuff where we're like serrated like a knife. We want to see a nice carve, a clean move, a clean cut of the MA, which is what we had. Up we go, and we had a clean move here. Can you see? That's not a coincidence at all, okay? So get a copy of the trading station. I'm going to be busy on the EA, and also I'm going to be going out to vote, and we'll see how that goes. And any update about the local elections, it will either go in here, or I think it'll probably just go in here, because it will impact the pound, and either that or will be in any other business, which it could also go in there, but I think it'd probably be better to be put in here. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. Have a good day, you guys, and I'll speak to you guys soon.